say it, bro. Every opportunity you have to put bait in the water, something amazing can happen. Sometimes you remember it for a lifetime. Sometimes you just go get another one. Ladyfish heaven, if you're into that kind of shit. See what I mean? Brandon just lost one too. They're everywhere, bro. I mean, we already been fishing for like a good 20 minutes. Probably caught over 30. Nobody ever wants to just come out and catch ladies all day, but it's a good indicator of life. And say what you want to say, they're really fun to catch. So we got windy conditions today. Really should have probably stayed home. We're gonna get after it to save that bait, because ladyfish, I mean, once you run into them as thick as this, they will chew up. They'll chew through a few dozen shrimp, and you'll get so caught up having fun, you'll happily give it to them. Switch it to a lure, catch 5 to 10 fish on your average lure, depending on your hook. Like we're using K-Wigglers, kind of have a screw lock. We're also using trout eye jigs. They have good spikes that kind of grab that bait for you. Like I'm getting played with right now. Not that time. Got you, buddy. These are the culprits that we're running into today. Now remember, I said they have a really nasty slime. Definitely want to have a good de-hooker. You grab the bend of that hook, point that jig head down, or the eye of the hook. Ejectocito, cuz.
Bro, so many ladyfish are fucking stupid big, dog.
Well, you want to come out here on a low tide, and you want to fish both tides, obviously. But when you're on a low tide, make a lot of mental notes, plot them in your GPS, your fish finder, where oyster beds are, because what you see on a low tide is very useful information on a high tide. Certain spots, let's get rid of him first. Certain spots, certain spots are going to be gold on high tide, and then going to have absolutely nothing on low tide. You got to pick your spots, pick your terrain, pick your tides, and hope the weather works with you that day that you can get out there. And you definitely want to do as much homework as you can, because oyster beds above the water, it's hard for a redfish to get up there. Oyster beds underneath the surface on a high tide, that's when you have a good shot at it. But you ain't gonna know it's there unless you can spot them, or unless you use Bing or Google Maps, and you scout that area and you plot it, and then you remember to pull your phone out while you're fishing. Don't litter. Yes, they're biodegradable, blah 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 blah. Just take them home and throw them away, or you eat them. Don't throw them in the ocean to waste, man. Save our oceans. I don't know if that's a bigger fish. That's a bigger fish. Good fish. Kayak's going the wrong way. That's crazy. fuck does this kayak keep wanting to go left, dude? That's not how you catch a freaking fish near mangroves. Son of a bitch. There we go. Redfish done whoop my ass. This motherfucker whooped my ass.
How big?
21, 22. Around there. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little thing at the beautiful thing. Smoked it, worked me. Valiant, valiant fight. Beautiful fish. Let that go. Always wanted to do the hand and the tail thing. Look at that. And he gone. I don't know why this kayak kept pulling to the left. No matter what I did, I couldn't get right. I should have lost that fish because I went slack more times than I can count. But it was an awesome hook placement. Not damaging to the fish. Just using a shrimp and jig. That's all you need. Live shrimp on a jig. Pinch the tail off. I've shown this in a few videos already, but if this is the first time you see this is the first time you see my videos, pinch the tail off, chum it. You're gonna put the hook you're gonna put the pointy side of the hook and the jig on the back side of this shrimp. You're gonna come in till you hit the bend and turn out that top shell. Now this looks amazing in the water. And your shrimp will stay alive so long as you're not casting him too many times. I'm gonna try to show you what it looks like in the water. Shrimp's in the water. Look at that. Boop, boop, boop. See that? Boop, boop. Look at those feet kicking. Look at those feet kicking. He looking like Bubba from Major Pain. Them little nubs was kicking real fast. I said, Bubba, if you don't get on your hands and walk to the nearest hospital 20 miles away, you ain't gonna make it. I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome. You can work it fast. You can work it slow. I'm just bouncing along the bottom. Bouncing off of these oyster beds. Getting up in coves, getting up on these oyster beds, fishing the inside where the wind, look, I mean, it's blowing 20 miles an hour. Camera's not gonna pick up the trees because GoPro suck. It's blowing 20 miles an hour. I'm using the trees for shelter. And I'm about to run over an oyster bed. I wanna make sure I don't get stuck. It's blowing 20 miles an hour. Look at that water back there. Easily fishable. You got oysters. Slow your pace down. Know your roles. Slow it down. Fish what the environment's giving you. You're gonna blow really hard. I can't fish the west side of this little channel here. Then you fish the east side. Yes. And you fish the east side. You find coves. You find cuts. The fish don't know how windy it is. However, he's still looking for food. He's foraging. We had a cold front push in yesterday. It was 55 degrees at 3 in the afternoon. That was weird. It was 55 degrees, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It got to like 49 at like 11 at night. We were working on the kayak still. Woke up this morning, it was 60. Right now it feels like it's like 74, 75. So you had a cold little snap and it heated up. And the fish are going crazy today. It's been a very, very productive day when the tide was moving. The only downtime we had was on slack. And that's to be expected. Yeah, no. Keeper.
Live shrimp?
Shrimp and jig. Dead as hell.
Dead?
Yeah. Putting up a hell of a fight. Got some energy. I'm just don't want to lose him. I'm babying him. He's not near structure. Just take my time. Oh, he's so pretty. He's all lit up. Knew I saw one, bro. There was more than one. There we go. 20-mile-an-hour wind. He doesn't know that. He doesn't know it's 20 miles an hour down there. He knows he's got to eat. Look at that tail. All lit up in blue. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. So we work in oyster. We had a downtime. We had a downtime in between tides. Remember earlier in the video I told you to always pay attention on low tide. See, we came out here last trip. This was low tide. We knew there were oysters all over the place. I picked a spot. I actually saw this fish wake. 2 of them wake. As this tide's dropping, that oyster bar rises. He swam over this oyster bar and created a wake. I saw that. We went up, we set up on these fish, casted, bouncing a shrimp and jig off of these oysters, just tick, 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 making a little noise, tick, tick, and then smacked it, gave me a dog run. And now he's in the yak. So study those oyster bars, work that shrimp and jig, tap the bottom. You're gonna get snaggy, you're gonna lose some. In the name of the game, you gotta pay the cost. All right. That's a nice red there. Beautiful red. Look at this thing. Beautiful spot. All right, it's very windy. I'm gonna try to get this done real quick. After you fight a fish on an oyster bar, or you've been working the same oyster bar, or you've been fishing the same oyster bar for a while, always take a break, 10 seconds, check your leader, run your finger, because as you're bouncing up those oyster bars, you might get nicked. And then you get a good hard hook set on a good fish, and he'll be gone before you even know what happened. So, especially after fighting a fish. But you always want to be very attentive of your leader when you're fishing near these oyster bars, mangroves, any kind of structure. See there? Ah, it's a little rat red. Little red, rat red. I got slammed, bro. What do you want me to tell you?
That's funny as fuck, bro. Bro, what the hell? You gonna work that hook over? I'll go to the next one.
No, hit it. It's gonna take me a while to get this out so I can try to keep
You
them up.
took it?
Yeah, but I'll save them.
Is that the piece that you have right here?
No, this was a fresh shrimp, actually. There. All right, buddy. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's okay. I always try to safely really pull that hook out of a fish's mouth. Not because I don't want to retie, but that whole thing of, oh yeah, it'll rust out in a day or 2 weeks. I pulled out hooks that are embedded in the fish's skin, infection. You want to protect the fishery, so when that fish chokes it like that little guy did, which is why he felt so big, he thumped it. That hook is in his gullet. That hook is in his gullet. You're pulling up on it, obviously. So he was small, which made it difficult. Bigger fish, it's quicker. You come in through the gill plate and you grab the head, or you grab some of your line and you turn that hook downward, and then with pliers or a de-hooker, you back the hook out of the fish's mouth. And that way you can release him without hook, fishing line, and gives him a way better chance at survival. And you don't gotta retie unless he chased your line. Alright, the rod we're using today is a Stealth Sniper by Bulls Bay. It is Bull Bay rods. I love this rod. And this is not no regular Bull Bay, the EFC edition. Everglade Fishing Company. Guy will be GMQ, 10-pound Suffix 832. Using on this one I'm using 30-pound, believe it or not, 30-pound leader, fluoro, diamond presentation. That's the setup we're running today. Braid ties with an FG knot to the leader. I tie a uni knot to the hook, jig, flipping shrimping jig. I'm gonna start working some artificial. Now, quick note, this is a 1/4 ounce jig head, trout eye, Z-Man product trout eye, right? This was when it was high tide. If I throw this out there, I'm gonna be working, dragging the bottom the whole time. Now, that's not a bad thing necessarily, but gonna probably lighten this up. Oh, they healthy today. Definitely a bigger one though. Damn, I think I'm wrapped. I think he wrapped it up. He's a big one. He's a good size. He's like 25. Lighten that drag. When you're at the end of the fight, lighten the drag. You don't have a lot of forgiveness when he decides to do head shakes and jerks. There's not a lot of line. There's not a lot of line in the water. You have no give, no stretch, especially if you're fishing braid. 10-pound braid. And we got him. Let's go. 26. 26 on the tape. What a beauty. What a fight, man. You gotta love red fishing. You have to love red fishing. What a fish. See you later, buddy. Woo-wee. That, my friend, is why we fish. Look at this beautiful little baby snook, man. Got a little purple, little green to him.